5 body parts women instantly notice in men over 60. Psychology tricks. Attraction is not about age. It is about presence, inspired by the wisdom of Esther Pearl. Last month, a 63-year-old man stepped into a quiet coffee shop. Within moments, 3 women in their 40s glanced his way. He wasn't dressed loudly. He didn't demand attention. Yet something about him made people look twice. It wasn't youth. It wasn't status. It was something far more subtle and far more powerful. Here's the truth most men never hear. Attraction after 60 doesn't fade. It refines. Many men assume that once the hair thins and the skin changes, they slowly disappear from the romantic radar. They believe physical appeal belongs to younger men with sculpted bodies and endless energy. That belief quietly kills confidence. And confidence, more than wrinkles, is what makes a man invisible. Research published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships shows that as women mature, their attraction patterns evolve. Younger women may respond more to surface-level markers, but women over 35 and especially over 40 increasingly respond to physical cues that signal character, steadiness, vitality, and emotional depth. And this is where it gets interesting. Women don't skin a man the way other men think they do. They are not simply evaluating muscles or hairlines. Their minds are reading signals. Subtle ones, rapid ones, signals about health, capability, emotional grounding, leadership, stability. These signals often show up in body parts men ignore completely. Men spend decades worrying about what no longer matters and neglecting what matters more with age. The way you carry your shoulders, the steadiness of your gaze, the condition of your hands, the tone of your voice, the posture of your spine. These are not random details. They are character indicators. They tell a story before you ever speak. Desire operates on multiple levels at once. The conscious mind may say he's older, but the body responds to cues of strength, calm, protection, and vitality. When those cues are present, age becomes secondary. And here's the part most men miss. One of the most powerful of these features is something many men over 60 have completely stopped caring about. Yet women continue to notice it instantly, improve it, and the shift in how you're perceived can feel almost unfair. Attraction at this stage of life is not about trying to look 30 again. It's about looking grounded, composed, intentionally alive. So if you think the game is over, think again. The rules didn't disappear. They matured, just like you. Now, let's break down the 5 specific body parts that women notice first, and why they matter more after 60 than they ever did in your 20s. Number 1. The hands. Number 1 is the hands, and if you think that sounds too simple to matter, think again, because in female psychology, the smallest details often carry the loudest messages. A woman may not say it out loud, she may not even realize she's doing it, but the moment you reach for a coffee cup, adjust your watch, or gesture while speaking, her eyes register everything. Hands are always in motion, always visible, always telling a story. As relationship expert Esther Pearl has often suggested in her work on intimacy, the body speaks long before the mouth does, and hands are one of its clearest voices. They reveal how you move through the world, how you handle objects, how you express emotion, and, by extension, how you might handle her heart. Don't underestimate that. Be aware that attraction is not just about a handsome face or a strong voice. It is about signals. It is about subtle cues. It is about psychology tricks that work beneath conscious thought. When it comes to hands, women are scanning for 3 specific things, and you must understand each of them if you want to master how to fall in love in a mature, grounded way. First, grooming. Not perfection. Not the polished look of a runway model. Just care. Clean nails. Trimmed edges. No dirt hiding underneath. Skin that looks tended to rather than ignored. This sounds basic, almost insultingly obvious, yet many men past 60 overlook it completely. Don't. A well-kept pair of hands says, "I respect myself." That is attractive. Neglected hands say, "Details don't matter to me." That is not attractive. And here's the truth about female psychology. Details are everything. A woman may forgive a wrinkled shirt. She may not forgive grimy fingernails. Because hands come close, hands touch, hands hold. If she imagines your hand in hers, she is imagining texture, temperature, and care. This is not vanity. This is instinct. Psychology tricks often begin with managing the obvious signals most men ignore. Use a simple moisturizer. Keep your nails trimmed weekly. Check your hands before you leave the house the same way you check your wallet. You must treat this as non-negotiable. Second, the movement of your hands. This is where temperament reveals itself. Do your hands tremble when you speak? Do they fidget with napkins, tap the table, hide in your pockets as if they are unsure where to belong? Or do they move slowly, deliberately, illustrating your words with calm emphasis? Women read this fluently. You don't need to tell her you're confident. Your hands will tell her for you. Quick, erratic gestures suggest internal tension. Slow, measured movements suggest steadiness. That is powerful. In female psychology, steadiness equals safety, and safety is a foundation for how to fall in love. If she feels calm around you, attraction deepens. If she feels subtle anxiety from your body language, even if she can't name it, she pulls back. Don't wave your arms wildly. Don't point aggressively. Be composed. Let your gestures breathe. Pause before you move. That is a psychology trick rooted in self-control. It signals that you are not ruled by impulse. It signals maturity. And maturity, when worn with ease, is magnetic. Third, women notice signs of capability in a man's hands. This may surprise you, but a little roughness can be an asset. Not neglect. Not cracked and painful skin, but evidence of use. Hands that have built, repaired, planted, written, created. There is a reason the phrase, good with his hands, carries romantic weight. It implies competence. It implies usefulness. It implies a man who engages with the physical world rather than merely commenting on it. In female psychology, capability translates into reliability. Reliability fosters trust. Trust opens the door to how to fall in love. A woman once described meeting a man in his mid-60s at a dinner gathering. Before she noticed his watch or his jacket, she noticed his hands resting calmly on the table. They were slightly weathered, clearly lived in, yet clean and steady. When he spoke about his woodworking hobby, his fingers moved with quiet precision, as if shaping invisible wood in the air. She said those hands told her more about him than his resume ever could. They suggested patience. They suggested craftsmanship. They suggested pride in doing something well. That is the kind of signal you want to send. Not flash, not noise, substance. And here is where you must be intentional. If you're over 60, you already possess history in your hands. Years of work, years of experience. Don't hide that. Refine it. Care for it. Let your hands reflect a life actively lived. Another layer to understand comes from the field of nonverbal communication. David Givens, who has studied human behavior for decades, has pointed out that hand displays are among the strongest signals in social interaction. Open palms suggest honesty. Relaxed fingers suggest comfort. Clenched fists suggest tension. Women may not quote research, but they feel these signals immediately. That is female psychology in action. Attraction often begins in milliseconds, long before logic steps in. So if you want to apply real psychology tricks rather than gimmicks, start here. When you sit down, place your hands visibly and calmly on the table rather than stuffing them into your lap. When you speak, gesture with purpose rather than chaos. When you listen, let your hands rest instead of fidgeting. You must align your body with your message. If you say you are calm, your hands must be calm. If you say you are confident, your hands must move with certainty. Do not overlook the symbolic power of touch either. A handshake that is firm but not crushing. A brief, respectful touch on her arm at the right moment. These are delicate moves. Don't overdo them. Be attuned. Psychology tricks fail when they become mechanical. They succeed when they are grounded in awareness. Remember, attraction after 60 is not about competing with younger men on speed or flash. It is about depth. It is about presence. It is about embodying a lifetime of lessons in the smallest gestures. Hands are the front line of that embodiment. They're visible proof of who you are. And here is the deeper truth. Women are not just evaluating the surface of your skin, they're evaluating the story your hands tell. Have they held responsibility? Have they shaped something meaningful? Have they been studying storms? That is what female psychology responds to at this stage of life. Not perfection, not youth, integrity. So don't dismiss this as trivial grooming advice. This is foundational. This is about aligning your external signals with your internal character. If you want to understand how to fall in love later in life, understand that love now grows from admiration and emotional safety as much as from chemistry. Your hands, simple as they seem, can either reinforce that safety or quietly undermine it. Be deliberate. Be clean. Be steady. Let your gestures match your words. Let your touch reflect respect. And never forget that in the silent language of attraction, hands often speak first and loudest. Number 2, the forearms. This one consistently shocks men when they hear it. Forearms? Really? Yes, really. And there's significant science behind why. When asked to rank attractive body parts on men, women across multiple studies have placed forearms surprisingly high, often above chest, above abs, sometimes even competing with the face. Let that sink in. You've been obsessing over the wrong mirror. For a high-value man, this is good news. Because forearms are not about vanity. They're about visible capability. And capability is magnetic. For men over 60, this becomes even more relevant. Here's why forearms carry such weight. They're one of the few body parts regularly visible in normal social situations. Arms might be covered by sleeves, chest hidden by shirts. But forearms appear whenever a man rolls up his sleeves, reaches for something, shakes a hand, lifts a glass, or simply exists in warmer weather. They show up in real life, and attraction lives in real life. Esther Pell discusses the concept of micro-exposures in attraction, the small revelations that occur in everyday moments that trigger interest. A rolled sleeve revealing a forearm is exactly this kind of micro-exposure. It's intimate without being intentional. It's revealing without being excessive. It feels natural, effortless. That is powerful. Don't underestimate small moments. Be aware of them. You must understand that women don't always respond to grand gestures. They respond to subtle signals of masculine energy woven into ordinary behavior. The biological reasoning is straightforward. Forearms indicate physical capability. The muscles there are working muscles used for gripping, lifting, controlling. They signal that a man can do things, handle things, manage physical reality. This isn't about flexing in a mirror. It's about unconsciously communicating, I can take care of what's in front of me. That message helps a man attract women at any age. A friend of mine, a woman in her mid-50 seconds, told me about a contractor who came to fix her kitchen cabinets. She described him as average in most ways. Normal height, ordinary face, 60-something with gray hair. But when he rolled up his sleeves to work, she said something shifted. His forearms were defined, capable, and suddenly the entire interaction felt different. She laughed when she told me this. I didn't even know I noticed forearms until I couldn't stop noticing his. That is how fast perception changes. Not because he tried to impress her, but because his masculine energy showed up through action. For men over 60, forearms are actually an area where age can work in your favor. Years of use create a texture and density that gym exercises alone can't replicate. There is a seasoned look to working muscle, a quiet strength. That is attractive. That is real. But don't assume time alone will do the job. You must maintain it. Simple things matter. Hydration affects how forearms look. Basic grip exercises maintain definition. Carry groceries yourself. Do light resistance training. Use your hands. Stay engaged with the physical world. A high-value man does not outsource every physical task. He stays capable. And perhaps most importantly, be willing to show them. Men who perpetually wear long sleeves are hiding one of their potential assets. Don't hide what quietly communicates strength. Be strategic. Roll up your sleeves when appropriate. Let micro-exposure do its work. Forearms are not about ego. They are about evidence. Evidence of vitality. Evidence of competence. Evidence that the man in front of her is still fully alive. But now we need to talk about something far more subtle and far more powerful. Now you understand something most men never even think about. Forearms are not about vanity. They are about visible capability. They are quiet proof. They are masculine energy in motion. Don't ignore the small details. Don't hide behind long sleeves out of habit. Be intentional. Be aware. Be the man who understands that attraction lives in micro moments. A high-value man doesn't wait for attention. He earns it in subtle ways. When you maintain your body, when you allow natural strength to show, you attract women without saying a word. That is power. Quiet, controlled, undeniable power. If this hit you, drop this in the comments right now. I reveal strength in the details. Like the video. Subscribe for more insight that sharpens your edge. And remember, attraction isn't loud. It's precise. Number 3. The eyes and what surrounds them. This is where everything changes. This is where the surface ends and the truth begins. At 60 and beyond, your eyes are no longer just features on your face. They're evidence. They're biography. They're character made visible. Women over 35 are not looking at eye color. They are reading attention. They are reading awareness. They are reading whether you are truly there or drifting somewhere else. As Esther Perel describes in her work on presence, the gaze of a person reveals whether they are engaged in the moment or mentally absent, and maturity sharpens this radar in powerful ways. By the time a woman has lived, loved, succeeded, struggled, and rebuilt herself, she does not waste time decoding surface charm. She scans for depth. She scans for steadiness. She scans for the man whose eyes say, "I am here." This is Old Stoic wisdom in action. The Stoics taught that attention is the highest form of respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Your eyes are the first place that power shows. If your gaze wanders, if it flickers to distractions, if it carries the restlessness of an unsettled mind, she feels it instantly. If your eyes lock in with calm focus, if they soften when she speaks, if they sharpen when you discuss what matters, she feels that too. And that feeling decides everything. Studies from Western University in Canada found that men with genuine smile lines, those crow's feet earned through years of laughter and expression, are perceived as warmer and more trustworthy than men without them. Those lines are not flaws. They are proof. Proof that you have lived. Proof that you have smiled. Proof that you have engaged with life instead of hiding from it. In modern life, where so many conversations happen through screens and half attention, true presence is rare. Rare is attractive. Rare is powerful. Rare wins. Stoicism win is not about controlling others. It is about mastering yourself so completely that your presence alone commands respect. And the eyes are the front line of that mastery. Women scan 3 specific elements when they look into your eyes. First, the quality of attention. When you look at her, does she feel examined like a checklist, or does she feel understood? There is a difference. One is evaluation. The other is connection. Evaluation feels cold. Connection feels human. You cannot fake attention for long. A distracted mind leaks through the eyes. A focused mind radiates through them. Train your focus. When she speaks, listen with your whole body. Put the phone away. Silence the internal monologue that is preparing your next sentence. Be there, fully. Second, expressiveness. Do your eyes change when you talk about your passions? Do they light up when you describe a lesson learned? Do they soften when you speak of family, challenge, gratitude? Emotional steadiness does not mean emotional flatness. An iron mind does not mean a frozen face. It means controlled expression, not suppressed life. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Many men over 60 carry years of restraint in their expressions. They learn to minimize emotion to survive careers and responsibilities. But women who have matured want to see vitality. They want to see that the man across from them still feels deeply. Eyes that remain flat and unchanging signal disengagement. Eyes that respond signal aliveness. That aliveness is magnetic. Third, health indicators. Clear whites. Proper moisture. Alertness. These are subtle signals processed unconsciously. They communicate energy. They communicate discipline. They communicate that you take care of yourself. Modern psychology confirms what ancient philosophy already knew. The body reflects the habits of the mind. If you sleep poorly, overindulge, or neglect hydration, it shows first in the eyes. If you train discipline, regular sleep, movement, hydration, medical checkups, it shows there too. An iron mind requires an iron routine. Stoicism win is built on daily habits, not occasional bursts of effort. I once spoke to a woman who met her partner when she was 58 and he was 62. She could not remember his eye color. That detail never registered. What she remembered was how his eyes focused on her when she spoke. She said she felt seen. She felt interesting. She felt valued. That feeling did not come from compliments. It came from attention. Understand this clearly. Being seen is one of the deepest human desires. When your eyes communicate that someone matters, you create impact without saying a word. In a world drowning in distraction, your steady gaze becomes a rare commodity. That is power. That is presence. That is Old Stoic wisdom embodied. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you decide to be a man of presence, then act like one. Presence is not mystical. It is trained. Start by practicing conversations without interruptions. When you order coffee, look the barista in the eyes and thank her sincerely. When you speak with a friend, maintain steady eye contact. Not staring, not intense. Steady, calm, grounded. Let your face respond naturally to what is being said. Allow your eyes to soften when empathy is needed and sharpen when conviction is required. This is psychological mastery. This is emotional intelligence sharpened by decades of living. Do not underestimate the area surrounding the eyes either. Those fine lines tell stories. They communicate resilience. They say you have endured loss and still smile. They say you have faced difficulty and still stand upright. Women over 35 are not searching for perfection. They are searching for authenticity. Cosmetic concealment cannot replace character. You build attractiveness at 60 through alignment. Your habits align with your values. Your eyes align with your words. Your attention aligns with the moment. That alignment is felt immediately. And when alignment is felt, trust follows. Modern dating advice often focuses on style, grooming, fashion. Those matter. But none of them compensate for absent eyes. You can wear the finest jacket in the room and still lose the moment if your attention drifts. Conversely, you can wear something simple and command respect if your presence is undeniable. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The clarity of your eyes depends on the discipline of your thoughts. Reduce mental clutter. Reduce unnecessary drama. Reduce internal chaos. Cultivate calm focus. Meditation helps. Reflection helps. Limiting constant digital stimulation helps. An iron mind is not loud. It is steady. It is deliberate. It is aware. And that awareness shines first through the eyes. Let me be direct. Stop multitasking during conversations. Stop glancing around the room to measure competition. Stop rehearsing responses while she is speaking. Listen. Observe. Absorb. Respond with intention. When she sees that you are not trying to impress, but trying to understand, she relaxes. When she relaxes, connection deepens. When connection deepens, attraction grows. This is not manipulation. This is mastery of self. Stoicism win is built on self-command, not control of others. Repeat this principle until it becomes instinct. Attention equals respect. Respect builds trust. Trust fuels attraction. The eyes deliver attention faster than words ever could. Protect your energy. Protect your sleep. Protect your mental clarity. Reduce alcohol. Increase water. Move your body daily. Circulation improves brightness in the eyes. Posture improves alertness. Breathing deeply increases oxygen flow and reduces tension around the face. These are practical steps. Do them consistently. Small disciplines compound into visible vitality. Victory at this stage of life is not about competing with younger men. It is about becoming irreplaceable in your category. Experience, stability, presence, calm strength. These are advantages. Use them. Do not apologize for your years. Wear them. Let the lines around your eyes be medals, not marks. When you enter a room, slow down. Move with intention. When you greet someone, make eye contact and hold it just long enough to signal confidence and warmth. Not aggressive, not timid, balanced. Balanced men win long term. Emotional steadiness is rare. When paired with engaged eyes, it becomes unforgettable. Old Stoic wisdom teaches that we control our reactions, not external events. Apply that here. You cannot control whether someone is attracted to you. You can control your presence. You can control your focus. You can control the discipline that keeps your body and mind sharp. Build the iron mind daily. Reinforce it daily. Protect it daily. Because the eyes of a 60-year-old man who has mastered himself carry something no cosmetic product can replicate: earned gravity, earned calm, earned depth. And women notice instantly. They may not articulate it in psychological terms. They may not quote research studies, but they feel it, live it, repeat it. Stoicism win is not theory. It is execution. It is the daily decision to show up fully awake. The eyes reveal whether you have done the work. Make sure they tell the story you want told. Number 4, the shoulders and overall posture. Number 4 is the shoulders and overall posture, and if you think this is minor, you are already losing ground without knowing it, because this is the feature most men over 60 quietly stop paying attention to while female psychology never stops scanning for it. Posture is not decoration, it is declaration. It tells the world who you believe you are before you ever speak, and women read it in less than 2 seconds, sorting you instantly into categories: steady or uncertain, alive with purpose or fading into the background, worth leaning toward or easy to overlook. These snap judgments are not cruel, they are human. They are rooted in deep female psychology that constantly assesses energy, safety, and vitality. That is why the set of your shoulders and the way you move through space matter more than the shirt you wear or the watch on your wrist, because desire responds to energy, and energy shows up in the body first, not in your resume, not in your bank account, not in your stories about the past. As Esther Perel often teaches when she speaks about erotic presence, attraction is not just about looks, it is about aliveness, about how you inhabit your own skin. A man can have a handsome face yet cancel it out with collapsed shoulders and a hesitant walk, while another man with ordinary features can become magnetic simply by standing tall, grounded, and open. The research backs this up in a way that should wake you up immediately. Studies published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that expansive, upright postures increased perceived attractiveness more than clothing, grooming, and even facial symmetry. Think about that for a second. More than your haircut, more than the brand of your jacket, more than the structure of your face. And yet many men obsess over everything except the one factor completely under their control. Don't ignore that. Don't dismiss it as superficial. Be the man who understands that posture is one of the simplest yet most powerful psychology tricks available to you. Not manipulative tricks, but alignment tricks, signals that say, I am comfortable in my space. When you understand psychology tricks of this level, you begin to see how female psychology operates beneath the surface, constantly interpreting cues about strength, stability, and engagement with life. For men over 60, posture often declines not because of age alone, but because of habit: decades at a desk, hours behind a steering wheel, years of stress pulling the shoulders forward, and a cultural whisper that says, it doesn't matter anymore. But it does matter. It matters more than ever, because at 60, posture becomes a conscious choice. It becomes a visible decision between shrinking and standing, between blending in and showing up. Women notice that decision instantly. Rolled forward shoulders communicate protection, withdrawal, a kind of subtle apology for taking up space, while shoulders gently pulled back, chest open, chin level, communicate presence, steadiness, readiness, not arrogance, not puffed up theatrics, just calm occupation of your rightful space. Don't confuse this with exaggeration. Don't throw your chest out like you're on a parade ground. Be natural. Be aligned. Be intentional. Female psychology is incredibly sensitive to authenticity, and forced body language reads as insecurity just as quickly as collapsed posture does. The key is alignment, not performance. When you grasp this, you also begin to understand something deeper about how to fall in love later in life, because attraction is rarely about chasing. It is about resonance, about two nervous systems recognizing steadiness in each other. A man who stands upright with relaxed confidence sends a powerful nonverbal message that he is emotionally regulated, grounded, and capable of partnership. That is how to fall in love in a mature way, not through dramatic gestures, but through consistent signals of stability. And posture is one of the first signals sent. I once heard a story from a woman in her 60s who attended a reunion and saw two men from her graduating class enter the room, same age, similar height, similar build, yet the difference in impact was striking. One shuffled in with rounded shoulders, head slightly down, steps uncertain, while the other walked in with shoulders back, chin level, measured strides, nothing flashy, just composed. She said it was almost comical how much younger the second man appeared, not because of his face, but because of how he carried himself. That difference is not cosmetic, it is psychological. It taps directly into female psychology and the subconscious cues that shape attraction. This is where many men misunderstand psychology tricks, thinking they are about clever lines or rehearsed tactics, when in reality the most effective psychology tricks are structural. They're about how you stand, how you sit, how you rise from a chair, how you enter a room. These cues shape how others feel in your presence. You must take this seriously. You must become aware of your shoulder position right now, because awareness is the first correction. The correction can be immediate. Gently draw your shoulders back. Imagine a string lifting the crown of your head. Let your chest open without tension. Feel your feet grounded. That small shift alone can change how you feel internally, and that internal shift reflects outward. Don't underestimate the feedback loop here, because posture not only influences how women see you, it influences how you see yourself. Upright posture has been linked to improved mood and increased feelings of confidence, so when you stand tall, you are not pretending to be confident. You are training your body and mind into alignment. Be consistent. Be disciplined. Check your posture when you walk through a doorway, when you wait in line, when you sit at dinner. Make it a habit. Then support it physically by strengthening the muscles that hold you upright, upper back, rear shoulders, core, because sustainable posture requires muscular support, not just intention. You don't need extreme workouts. You need targeted consistency, light rows, gentle resistance work, core stability exercises. Over time, your body will naturally rest in a more open position, which makes every social interaction easier. This is especially powerful when considering how to fall in love in your later years, because attraction at this stage is less about spectacle and more about presence, less about intensity and more about reliability. Posture quietly communicates both. When a woman sees a man over 60 standing tall, moving deliberately, occupying space with calm assurance, it counters every stereotype about decline. It says, I am still here, engaged, awake. That signal resonates deeply within female psychology, which is always evaluating vitality and emotional steadiness. Don't tell yourself it's too late to change. Don't surrender to the narrative that aging equals shrinking. That is a choice, and posture is the visible proof of that choice. Be the man who understands that vitality is expressed physically, that the body is an instrument of communication, and that how you carry yourself is one of the most refined psychology tricks you can master, because it operates silently, constantly, without effort once trained. If you want to understand female psychology, study what it responds to over and over: energy, openness, stability, and realize that your shoulders and spine broadcast those qualities before your mouth ever opens. That is why posture can make two men of the same age look decades apart in perceived attractiveness, because one signals engagement with life, while the other signals retreat, and women are exquisitely attuned to that difference. If you truly want to know how to fall in love again, start here. Start with alignment. Start with presence. Love in mature years is built on respect and emotional safety, and both are reinforced by the quiet confidence of a man who stands upright, meets the world at eye level, and moves with intention. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't chase complicated strategies while ignoring the foundation. Your shoulders are either inviting connection or discouraging it. Your posture is either expanding your presence or shrinking it. The best part is that this is entirely within your control. No surgery, no expensive wardrobe, no dramatic reinvention, just daily awareness and small physical discipline. Be the man who chooses vitality. Be the man who refuses to collapse into habit. Be the man whose body language says, without a word, I value myself and I value this moment. When you do that consistently, you are not just improving how women see you, you are reinforcing who you are becoming. That alignment between inner belief and outer expression is one of the most powerful psychology tricks of all, one that works not by deception, but by clarity. In the end, clarity is what makes connection possible. Clarity is what supports attraction. And clarity is what allows two mature people to discover, slowly and steadily, how to fall in love in a way that lasts. If this hit you, don't just sit there. Do something about it. Stand up right now. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chin. Feel the difference. That is the silent signal that separates a man who has given in from a man who still commands the room. Women decide in seconds. Energy speaks before words. Posture is power, and power is a choice. Number 5. The mouth and how it moves. This isn't just about a smile, though the smile matters enormously. This is about the entire orchestra: lips, teeth, jaw, breath, and most importantly, how your mouth moves when you speak, when you pause, when you listen. Many men over 60 think attraction lives in the shoulders, the chest, the stride. They forget the mouth is where connection either begins or quietly dies. Esther Perel has spoken about the mouth as central to both communication and attraction. She explains that women are often subconsciously evaluating a man's mouth during conversation, not just hearing his words, but studying how those words are formed. The mouth becomes a preview of intimacy in ways most men never consider. That is not poetic exaggeration. That is psychology. Let me break down what women are actually observing, because if you want to be a high-value man who can attract women at any age, you must understand what is happening beneath the surface. First, dental health and maintenance. This is not about having movie star veneers or blinding white perfection. In fact, teeth that look overly engineered can feel artificial. It is about baseline care, clean teeth, fresh breath, the absence of obvious neglect. A survey by the American Dental Association found that 73% of women rated teeth as the first feature they notice, and for older adults, that percentage actually increased. Think about that. As you age, your mouth does not become less important. It becomes more visible, more symbolic. Don't assume gray hair will distract from neglected dental care. It won't. Be meticulous. Be disciplined. That is masculine energy expressed through self-respect. A high-value man does not ignore maintenance. He understands that how he treats his body reflects how he treats his life. Dental care is not vanity. It is signaling. It says, I am attentive. I do not let things decay under my watch. And women read that signal instantly. If you want to attract women, start with the basics. Regular cleanings. Address missing or damaged teeth thoughtfully. Use breath care. Small habits. Big impact. Don't dismiss this as trivial. It is foundational. Second, the quality of the smile. Is it genuine or forced? Does it reach the eyes? Does it appear naturally, or does it look like a performance? Authentic smiles are one of the most universally attractive human expressions. And women can detect the difference between a real smile and a staged one with remarkable accuracy. A forced smile tightens only the lips. A genuine smile softens the entire face. It slows down the room. It creates safety. Here is where many men go wrong. They think smiling too much looks needy, so they restrict it. They become stoic in the wrong way, emotionally guarded instead of emotionally grounded. Don't confuse seriousness with strength. Be warm without being overeager. That is balance. That is controlled masculine energy. When your smile appears slowly, sincerely, in response to something real, it signals confidence. You are not chasing approval. You are responding from presence, and presence is everything. A high-value man does not rush his expressions. He does not flash rehearsed charm. He allows emotion to unfold naturally. That is what creates trust. One woman described her attraction to her partner's mouth specifically. She said she noticed how he spoke first, measured, clear, with pauses that showed he was actually thinking about his words. Then she noticed his smile, which appeared slowly and genuinely, never rushed or performed. She said she trusted that mouth before she consciously decided to trust the man attached to it. Think about that. Trust the mouth before trusting the man. The mouth becomes the gateway. Third, and this is where it becomes especially powerful for men over 60, the movement of the mouth during speech. Does he speak clearly and deliberately? Is there calm confidence in how words are formed? Or is there mumbling, rushing, verbal hesitation that suggests inner doubt? A speech pathologist I consulted explained that women often process male speech partially through visual channels. They watch the mouth move while hearing the voice. This is why video calls often feel more connecting than phone calls. We are seeing articulation, not just hearing sound. When you speak with clarity, you are not just transmitting information. You are displaying mental order. You are demonstrating that you are at home in your own thoughts. Don't rush your words. Be deliberate. Pause. Let silence work for you. Silence, used correctly, amplifies masculine energy. It shows you are not scrambling to fill space. You must understand this. Speed often signals anxiety. Measured speech signals control. Older men have an advantage here if they use it correctly. Age naturally slows the body slightly. Instead of fighting that, refine it. Turn it into gravitas. Speak as though each word has weight. Enunciate. Finish your sentences. Avoid trailing off. Don't mumble. Don't swallow your words. Be clear. That is strength expressed through language. Now let's talk about something most men overlook. The mouth shows age. Lines around the lips from decades of laughter. Subtle asymmetry is shaped by years of expression. Slight changes in fullness. Many men worry about these details. They shouldn't. When paired with health and clarity, these features read as distinguished rather than diminished. They tell a story. They signal experience. They hint at a life lived. Attraction after 60 is not about pretending to be 35. It is about embodying depth. The lines around your mouth can communicate warmth or bitterness. The difference is not the wrinkle. It is the attitude behind it. If you carry resentment, it will show. If you carry calm confidence, that will show too. Be mindful of what your default expression communicates. Practice softening tension in your jaw. Practice relaxed lips. Don't let your resting face project irritation. This is where emotional discipline matters. A high-value man manages his internal world so that his external signals remain steady. If you want to attract women in your 60s and beyond, you must align your speech, your smile, and your mindset. They cannot contradict each other. If your words say confidence, but your mouth trembles with uncertainty, the visual channel will override the verbal one. Women notice instantly. There is also something deeply intimate about watching someone speak. The mouth is associated with nourishment, affection, closeness. When a woman observes how you form words, she is unconsciously imagining how you might express care, how you might whisper, how you might laugh beside her. This is not something most men consciously calculate, but it is happening. The mouth becomes a subtle preview of closeness. That is why neglecting it is such a mistake. Be aware of habits. Do you lick your lips constantly when nervous? Do you press them tightly when uncomfortable? Do you grin excessively to hide tension? These micro-expressions communicate more than you realize. Don't try to eliminate personality. Refine it. Practice speaking in front of a mirror. Record yourself. Notice how your mouth moves. This is not vanity. This is calibration. Masculine energy is not loud. It is grounded. When your mouth moves with steady rhythm, when your smile appears from genuine amusement, when your breath is fresh and your teeth are cared for, you create a coherent signal. That coherence is powerful. It makes you memorable. It makes you attractive without trying too hard. And let's address breath directly. Fresh breath is non-negotiable. As men age, medications, diet changes, and health shifts can affect oral scent. Don't ignore this. Hydrate. Maintain gum health. Visit professionals regularly. If you want to be a high-value man, you must remove preventable distractions. Attraction cannot flourish if basic comfort is compromised. Another overlooked detail: how widely you open your mouth when you speak. Overly exaggerated movement can look theatrical. Too little movement can appear guarded. Find balance. Relax the jaw. Allow natural articulation. If you wear dentures or dental appliances, ensure they fit properly. Ill-fitting dental work affects confidence, and confidence affects everything. Don't tolerate discomfort silently. Address it. Now consider tone. The mouth shapes sound. If your articulation is clear but your tone is harsh, the effect is lost. Soften the edges without losing authority. Lower your volume slightly. Speak from the diaphragm, not the throat. This stabilizes your speech. Stability is attractive. It signals emotional control. You must also allow your mouth to express emotion. Some men suppress expression, believing restraint equals strength. That is outdated thinking. Emotional literacy is part of being a high-value man. When something is funny, allow yourself to smile fully. When something is meaningful, let your lips soften. Don't freeze your face into neutrality. Controlled expressiveness builds connection. The woman who said she trusted her partner's mouth before trusting the man attached to it revealed something profound. The mouth is a messenger. It delivers cues about patience, attention, kindness, decisiveness. If your words are thoughtful and your pause is intentional, she sees that you think before you act. That is reassuring. That is attractive. If you want practical steps, here they are. First, schedule consistent dental appointments. Second, upgrade your daily hygiene routine. Third, practice deliberate speech. Read aloud for 10 minutes a day. Focus on clarity. Fourth, observe your smile. Don't force it. Let it emerge naturally in real interactions. Fifth, manage stress. Tension in the mouth often reflects tension in the mind. Attraction is rarely about dramatic transformation. It is about eliminating friction and amplifying strengths. Your mouth can either reinforce your value or undermine it. Choose consciously. Be disciplined. Be aware. Be intentional. Remember, to attract women after 60 is not about chasing validation. It is about embodying grounded masculine energy. It is about showing through small details that you care for yourself, that you think clearly, that you express yourself with calm strength. A high-value man does not overlook the subtle signals. He refines them. So don't underestimate the mouth. It speaks before you speak. It smiles before you decide to charm. It reveals tension before you admit it. Master it, and you elevate your entire presence. Ignore it, and you silently sabotage yourself. The choice is yours. All right, my friend, that's it for today. You've just learned something most men never hear. Attraction after 60 isn't about chasing youth. It's about showing life. Your hands, your forearms, your eyes, your posture, your mouth. These are not random details. They're signals. And signals matter. Here's my honest advice to you. Don't try to impress, choose to engage. Take care of what you already have. Stand up straight. Keep your hands clean and steady. Look people in the eye. Speak clearly. Move with intention. That's it. Simple, practical, powerful. You don't need to become someone else. You need to stop neglecting the visible proof that you're still here, still strong, still participating in life. Women notice engagement. They feel presence. They respond to aliveness. And that is fully in your control. If this video helped you see yourself differently, I want you to take action right now. Watch the next video on your screen, how to hug her in a way that triggers desire. Because knowing what she sees is important. But understanding what she feels when you touch her, that's where connection becomes real. Click it, learn it, apply it, and before you go, drop this in the comments. I choose engagement over retreat. I'll see you in the next video. Stay sharp. Stay present.